Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new edition of Eclectica. I'm Seven. We have Constantine. How you doing, sir?
All right. How are you?
Good, good,
Good
good.
morning,
So,
buddy.
we got to start off with Flash.
Yeah.
It is amazing because it's all out in the open. The
Yep.
Reverse Flash.
Yep.
What
They
do you
know who
think,
he
man?
is, and it's going to get violent now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Going to get
amazing because we've been waiting so long to finally get the cat. We know what's going on, but the characters, were totally in the dark.
violent.
Um, but now, what are they gonna do? This trusted friend is now an enemy. What's gonna happen?
It, they're just going to end up having a fight. There's no other way around it.
Right,
I don't know how
definitely.
they're going to confront him. Um, I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if Joe has a plan where he can get him locked up or whatever.
Right,
Eventually they're going to go at it, and Wells has the Reverse Flash. He has been doing things secretly without them knowing it. Other than his secret identity, he
right,
has that gorilla Grodd waiting for to come out and fight Flash. He's probably built up his own little army of supervillains to fight Flash. It's going to be interesting. I don't think they're going to get rid of the character because he, he's from the future. His whole thing is trying to get back to the future. So now that the Flash knows, this guy's going to be stuck here fighting Flash, unless there's some other way they're going to send him back. But I don't see that happening for season two. I just think season two is going to be one long big.
well, you mentioned something interesting too about the gorilla. They showed that as a little like teaser at the end of one of the episodes. Actually, they used them twice.
Yes, they did use him. The first time you saw him in the cage and he turned around and his name was on the cage, Grodd. And then the second time, uh, you heard him or kind of saw him was when he grabbed the general,
Right,
like Clancy Brown,
right.
who voiced Mr. Krabs for SpongeBob SquarePants, and he was also the voice of Lex Luthor for the Justice League cartoon.
Oh wow.
So this guy's worked for DC properties before, not SpongeBob, but it's Lex Luthor.
Right. Oh, this is amazing. I'm
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. Um, do you think that Flash can keep the audience captivated? Because I mean, the Reverse Flash. I mean, we've been waiting just for this.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, well, once they start fighting, do what they got to do. Are they going to get rid of this character? Are they going to move on to another one? He needs an enemy to keep this going. He needs something strong.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they'll be able to sustain it. I really do. I haven't seen anything otherwise to give me evidence against that.
Right.
And the thing with Flash is the show is what the DC fans like.
It definitely is.
It might not be exactly the costume they like for the Flash, but the humor is there,
Yes,
the
definitely.
lightness is there, the adventure is there. Um, it's what DC. The fun is there,
Right.
the twists are there. Whereas Arrow,
Oh my goodness.
that's just that's dark and gritty. It's what the DC fans are tired of. You know. Yeah, I know that Daredevil is dark and gritty and whatever. But that's okay because that's Daredevil's first go around on
Right.
TV. Other than that one time they used him on the Incredible Hulk TV show. They did a mini movie with Daredevil, and of course he was all in black. So, but uh, if you look at the two, the Flash, I think it's got the higher ratings than Arrow. I don't think Arrow's beating it in ratings.
Mhm.
Um, and Arrow's just so, I don't know, just so bleak and dark and gritty. And I'm like, that's not even that's not even Arrow from the comics. He had a sense of humor and lightness to him, you know. And now that man, I don't know.
You said it a million times that this Arrow is more like Batman.
Yeah, he's Batman light, man. He's fighting all of Batman's characters,
Right.
and they're disrespecting those characters too. I mean, Deathstroke losing to Arrow, seriously? In the comics, Deathstroke was the bane of the Teen Titans, and he took on the Justice League himself, Deathstroke, and now he's losing to Arrow.
Well, little segue, perfect segue. What do you think about Gotham? I like how they started out and showing how disturbed Bruce Wayne as a child was. Just the after effects of the parents, dying and everything, and how focused. But they're making him a little weak, a little too much like a kid now. They're kind of moving back, like he's supposed to keep growing and growing and be a little off. And you got to be a little off to grow up to be that way.
A little, yeah. On the psychotic side.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying where they're going with it, or you think they're missing the mark?
I think it's more like the letting go of the childhood. That's why it's kind of like regretting a little bit. Regressing into it a little bit, and kind of taking a step back to move 2 steps forward.
Okay.
Kind of like saying a goodbye to it. Right. He knows that, this is like, let me enjoy it a little bit because I got to say goodbye to it. It's like, I think like deep, well, I'm pretty sure he's got to, like deep down, he knows that, this is it, and not only did his parents die in that alley, but he died with them. Right. And the Batman was born right then and there, so many characters out there have a secret identity, but Bruce Wayne, when his parents were killed, he died there. Going forward, he's Batman, whether he's got the mask on or he doesn't have the mask on. So Batman, really, his secret identity is Bruce Wayne. Right. He uses that playboy rich man about town to do his undercover work as the Bat.
And that would say the same thing, not to get off Gotham, but the same thing for Superman, where Superman's identity is Superman. That's who he is. And Clark Kent is the bumbling fool in which he believes that that's what humans are. It's very insulting if you think about it.
Oh, Clark, it depends on which Superman we're looking at, which
reboot or the original.
You know what I'm saying? It depends on which one we're looking at, because there are times where I really he's more Clark, because he had parents growing up,
Right. He grew up in America. He grew up with middle America.
Yeah, with middle America.
Middle America values. Definitely.
Right. So in a way, he's just a man with superpowers.
Basically, yeah.
And but then again, it's also that his genetically he's still a Kryptonian. So let's say he does marry Lois Lane like he did. Well, the reason why they probably never had a kid was because genetic makeup, they just didn't match.
Right. Now, back to Gotham, the relationship between the future Batman and the future Catwoman, very, very interesting.
Yeah, it started early, didn't it?
Yeah, it's very interesting. We think Jada Pinkett.
She impressed me this year. I really didn't think she'd be able to pull it off. But then she said she wasn't coming back after this season.
Which is, you can see where they're going with it. I mean, she got shot the last show.
Yeah, so I think she's done.
And I think she's smart. I mean, she's done the most she can do with the character as far as acting shots. I think she pulled it off.
Yeah.
More than what we thought. But where is she going to go with it? And this is a made-up character for the show.
Yeah, made a,
It's not even deep rooted in anything that could go anywhere anyway. So I think she's kind of smart
yeah,
to kind of leave on a great note for the character.
yeah. But you know how comic books are. They'll probably add her to the Batman comics soon. Now, you
That
know,
that would make sense.
they did that with I remember when the Batman movie first came out in '89 with Keaton and Nicholson,
Hmm.
and they had that character Bullock
Yes. Right.
ended up being a dirty cop.
Right.
And then when the Batman animated cartoon came, there was a Detective Bullock.
Wow.
And there what I don't think there was one before. And now Bullock's on Gotham. He's Gordon's partner.
Right.
So you know if they sometimes these things happen. They find a character that just clicks and they put him in.
Right.
And sometimes it backfires too. Look at how many characters start out as villains and then became fan favorites, and they had to switch sides.
Right.
Right? Deadpool was one.
Right.
Um, Lobo was another. He killed everybody on his planet, and now he's a Venom. Spider Man's Venom. He ended up going from villain to hero. It's, you never know with these things.
And before we get off Gotham, I just want to say that oh man, the Penguin.
Yeah,
I like what they're doing with it. I think it's very very cool. Now he's having a breakdown. You know, his mother knows the truth.
yep,
It's I don't know. They brought it. The last episode they brought it to a level where okay, now I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. And then you got the serial killer that Commissioner Gordon has to find before he loses his first love, which doesn't even know that he really wasn't seeing another woman at the time.
yeah,
You know, so it's good stuff.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. No, it is, it is. And they also brought in the Red Hood gang a couple of weeks ago,
correct,
and
correct,
that's
yes,
important because remember the Joker was the Red Hood.
right,
So eventually he's gonna whoever the Joker is gonna join this group eventually, lead it for a while, and then when Batman comes to be, he's gonna fall into a vat of acid and turn into the Joker.
yeah. This is gonna be great.
But I'm wondering, do they really want to wait 10 years before this kid? You know, I'm,
Right,
they might do something like some other shows have done, where they just started the next season and it was just
10 years later.
yeah, yeah. Well, Walking Dead did it. Remember the wife, Rick's wife finds out she's pregnant, and then when the season starts, again 2 months later, we're looking at her 7 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant.
Right, right, right.
You know? So like even though in real time 2 months went by, in TV time 8 months have gone by.
It was great. I liked it. Why prolong the agony? Let's
Well,
get going.
exactly. Well, why prolong the agony of Bruce becoming Batman too? You know,
Right.
I
Right.
mean when
Before
he's
we lose the show.
yeah, or if you look at it, in 10 years he's going to be 25, and all these villains of his are going to be in their 40s. I mean,
Wow, that's true.
no
Yeah,
wonder,
yeah.
no wonder they're so easy for him to catch.
Oh man,
You know,
DC moment there.